Hi guys, thanks for checking out my video. Today I am going to be moving into my new bullet journal. As you can see, that one is completely filled up, so from August I'm going to be moving into this new one. I am staying with the same bullet journal, it's the same size, it's from Scribbles That Matter, which are my go-to for these kind of things. And yeah, I'm really excited. So I hope you've got a cup of tea at the ready, and let's get started. So I am starting out on the final spread of my last bullet journal. I'm setting up moving into my new bullet journal page, and basically I have two headings: new spreads that I want to include and then spreads to move over as well. And I'm just going backwards and forwards from the beginning of my bullet journal to see which spreads worked for me, ones I want to take over and ones that I'm not going to. I also want to use this space as kind of a mid-year reflections page. So on the next page, I pop in the title Reflections of 2020 so far, and then just give myself some lines to have a space where I can really just sort of process what's happened so far this year, because it's been quite a hectic year so far. It's only July. So yeah, I thought that would be a really nice way for me to just write down some memories, some sort of reflections on what's happened so far, and then at the end of the year, I will do the same in my next journal, and I can kind of see how the year has gone. And there we go, I am ready to move into my new notebook. I love the Scribbles That Matter notebooks. I know I've gone on about them quite a lot in other videos, but I love the designs, that sort of the cases they come in. They're just so fun and hilarious. I love them. I promise this video won't turn into me just gushing about them all the time, but yeah, my go-to. If you ever want a recommendation, it's my go-to. So yeah, I love new notebooks. If you're like me, it's so refreshing. The page is all clean and just tidy, and I'm just very excited. I'm starting out by creating my title page. I'm just popping my name in there. I am using a brush pen for this. I will link all my stationery down below as always, but I really recommend, if you're looking for sort of a cheap set of different point pens, I think the set came with from 0.05 all the way up to 0.8, so a big set, and it was very inexpensive, very much at the cheaper end of the spectrum as well, so I will link that down below. I am just putting in a few doodles around the page as well. I love leaf themes, I think they're beautiful. I really wanted this to be quite minimal and just black and white, but I loved this design. I was super happy with how it turned out. And there we go. What I'm going to do next is set up my key. I've been bullet journaling for quite a while, so I don't tend to use the key all that much because I know all the different symbols and things, but I like to have it at the front just for when I have those moments where I just can't remember anything, and they happen quite a lot, so it's always good to have a little reminder at the front. So I've popped those in. I'm not going to create an index because the Scribbles That Matter notebooks actually already come with pre-made ones, so I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do next is my quotes page. The quote I want to use today is, "Magic happens when you don't give up." And I thought it was a really nice sentiment. It's been kind of a crazy year so far, so I thought a little bit of motivation that it's okay, we can keep going, we will all be fine. I thought that was quite a nice little sort of motivational quote to have. Okay, I'm moving on to my next spread, which is my 2020 at a glance spread. This is a place where I just put all my little mini calendars in. I am going to do the rest of this year, but because I'm starting in August, I'm actually going to go up to January of next year. So I'll have January 2021 in there as well. I've just popped in all the little calendars, but then I'm also going to have a space at the bottom for any future dates for 2021 that I haven't got room for yet, but if I need to jot anything down that's important, I can do as well. My next spreads are going to be my monthly overviews. I'm going to do this across a double spread to give myself quite a lot of space for each month. I use these for places to jot down birthdays, any important events, like if I've got a friend who's getting married, their wedding date goes in, or whatever it needs to be. So I do use these quite a lot, so I've given myself quite a lot of space. Again, I have gone up to January 2021, just because I like to have things symmetrical. But also it'd be really useful to have as well, because if there's any dates for the new year, I can pop those into. I'm now going to set up my grid spacing cheat sheet. This is again a sheet I use all the time. It's really useful because otherwise I end up having to count out all the little dots for different boxes constantly for every spread I set up. So this is an absolute lifesaver and time saver. I'm just divvying it up into quarters and then also putting in sort of the normal boxes I would use for especially my weekly spreads. So I've got quarters and thirds in there as well. On the right hand spread, I am going to put in my bill tracker. I did this on my first bullet journal and I found it was really useful to have a visual way of seeing which bills they've paid and which ones don't have to be paid every month and all of those kind of things. So I'm just going to pop one of those in as well and then just fill it in up to July, and then I've got the rest of the year as well, so I can look back and see where I am during the year. It's one of those spreads that's a bit boring, but it's very practical and it's very useful to have, so definitely would recommend. Okay, moving on to the final double spread of this bullet journal. I am so excited about this one. This was the one I was really looking forward to doing, and it is my things to check out page. I am going to put in a little section for movies, music, books, and television shows. I'm always being recommended them, and then I always forget if I don't write them down. So yeah, this is a great page to have. I'm doing them in these little sort of circles with like plant motifs around them, sort of in keeping with sort of the general theme of this updated new bullet journal. These are all over Pinterest. I will link my inspiration down below. I have been doing them for quite a few years, but I know lots of other people do them as well, so I will link sort of my inspirations and things down below. I think they are absolutely gorgeous and really beautiful, and they're really simple to do as well, and I think they look very effective as well despite that. So yeah, I totally love this page, absolutely in love with this spread. On the right hand page, I am going to have my 2020 reading log as well. I said way back in December when I set up this current journal that I'm using at the moment that I wanted to read 20 books in 2020 because I'm really busy and I don't get that much time to read anymore, which is a shame, but it's sort of how it goes. But then we had lockdown and I already smashed that target, so I'm just giving myself a load of lines now where I can just write down everything that I have read. I like keeping track of what I'm up to and what I'm reading, so it's quite fun to see sort of what genres I'm interested in as well. And here is my final flip through. I am absolutely in love with this first page. I just think it's so simple, but it was really beautiful. I'm so proud of it. I think it came out really well. It's been really fun setting up my new bullet journal. I always love having a new bullet journal with all its fresh, clean pages. It's not got sort of watercolor spoot all over it or anything. There's no bleeding through yet. So I just love it. I think I've kept it quite simple and quite minimal, which I really like as well, because I'm hoping to have a slightly less cluttered mind for the second half of this year. Who knows if that will happen, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for checking out this video. It means the absolute world to me. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, do leave a like or a comment and feel free to subscribe. I do update bullet journal videos 3 times a month, so I really hope you do that as well. Really excited to get stuck into the second half of 2020. Hopefully it'll be a little bit calmer than the first half has been. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye guys.